So as far as esoteric goes, like secret knowledge, whatever, this is the hardest to explain because you're not gonna have any idea what I'm talking about. But trust me, when I explain this, if you do it exactly what I say to do, it'll work. You're not gonna be able to understand until you actually leave this reality and come back to a different reality. But that's in a different video. But this part of it is how to use that for acupuncture and Tai Chi. So check this out. You're going to pretend you are in a fish tank. You're going to take your hand and move it backwards and forwards and feel the air with your hands. Feel it go through your fingers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go into a bathtub and put your hand in water and go back and forth a couple times until you feel the water go through your hands. It's the exact same feeling, but less. So go back and forth, feel, and now you're just going to go and push the water forward, and it's going to bounce off the wall of the fish tank, and it's going to come back. So now the water's moving, but your hand is still, and I want you to feel the water go through your fingers, just the same as when your hand was moving, it would go through your fingers. Now your hand is still and the water is moving, or air. Air is just really, really undense water, right? Oxygen, hydrogens, same thing. So feel it go through your fingers. So I'm going to take a bunch of air, or even go deeper, go like the ether, like there's ether you're moving with your hands. So take your hands, push it towards the end. In your mind, you're going to feel where you think it hits the wall, bounces back, and then in your mind, you feel where it starts to go through your fingers again. So you're trying to feel with your mind. It's like a memory. So here's an example. If I do this with my fingers, it makes a feeling. But if I remember it, I can replay the same feeling. Right? It's the same feeling, but it's just a memory. So now I'm feeling the memory of what I just did. So when I do this, I'm going to feel the memory of that. So now I'm going to push, and I'm going to feel the pressure of pushing, the resistance, and also I'm going to feel the cavitation as little teeny bubbles form by this motion. If I did it really fast in water, it goes, and you'll see bubbles, right? So you're doing the exact same thing, but at a lesser scale. So you feel it, you push, and you get to the point where you push so slow that you can still feel it, still moving, but really slow. So to an observer, I'm not moving, I'm still, right? But to me, I'm feeling it. So when I push, I'm feeling like a wall resisting. And when I pull, now the wall's on this side. So wall, wall. Bubbles, bubbles. So in Tai Chi, they teach you to extend your head and your feet. So when you don't even have to do it. You just do it minutely, like less than a millimeter, and you'll get the bubbles coming down inside your body. You'll get the bubbles coming up inside your body, and it's pushing against the wall, and that's pushing against the wall. So the same thing's happening in my head. So when I use my hand, I'm pushing. There's a wall here, and little teeny bubbles are coming out. So you do up, you push up, and you actually feel it. That's the thing is, you'll feel it happening. So if you can't feel it hanging out here, when you go to bed at night, push your heels down a little bit until you feel it. And you'll feel it, but get this feeling first. You got to know what to feel for before you'll feel it, right? For acupuncture, there's a thing in acupuncture in the CAM manual that says to tonify, you slowly push in. To sedate, you slowly push out. That's the same thing. So when I slowly push out, it creates these little cavitations that go inside, and it eats the excess. When when I push in, it creates that denser wall, and that goes inside and fills the emptiness. So your acupuncture will get amazingly more. It'll get a lot better just by being able to tonify. Because normally you're sedating. Whenever you just put a bunch of needles in, you're sedating. So in a Western society, that's great because everybody's excess anyway. But if you have a truly deficient person, you're going to make them worse. So you can tonify now by going really slow, and your intention is to push in the wall in through the needle. It's all about your intention. So when they say it's your intention, this is what they mean. So now your intention is pushing in tonification denseness. And here's a trick to acupuncture. I'm going to come in close